Welcome back to Frontline News. I'm Jnn Barrett. It's now time for Frontline Business. The Jamaica Manufacturers Association, JMA, is calling on the government to grant 3 of their requests, which they claim will result in significant growth of the economy. This assurance was made by JMA President Mitri Siaga, who was a guest on RJR's weekly forum on Wednesday. More in this report.
The JMA president listed the 3 areas to include financing at 4% interest rate and competitive prices for factory space.
We need money to be made available to our sector at 4% so that we can be competitive internationally. So that's one. The second thing is we need competitive concessionary factory space, ready-made factory space in the right areas. Now, we have also made that claim to the government, and we have spoken to as high as the Prime Minister, and we're in the process of working through it.
The third is a reworking of the procurement system, a matter now before the cabinet.
The procurement policy in Jamaica almost guides a procurement officer to buy internationally rather than locally. We purchase on a least cost basis, and in many instances, the lower cost item actually costs us as a country more, simply because it puts people out of work, etc., etc.
Mr. Siaga noted that should these requests be forthcoming, the economy would benefit significantly, with manufacturing contributing between 2 to 16% of gross domestic product.
If manufacturing grows from 8 to 12%, you're going to see a huge growth in our economy. Manufacturing, we are certain, is the key. And I've gone out on a limb to say so. If you give us those things, we are going to have the growth, and you're going to see growth in our economy. We have had employment growth, no question about that. And that has come from many of the sectors like BPO, which is critically important to us as a country. But now we need economic growth. We have economic stability. We have had employment growth. Now we need the third leg of the stool, which is economic growth. And that has to come from productive sources. It can't come from services.
Kimberly Wright, Frontline Business.
Both parties can benefit. That's the word from CEO of the RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Gary Allen, and the CEO of Gustazos International, Carlos Villares. They were speaking on Hotline Interface on Thursday about the RJR Gleaner's new agreement to acquire a significant stake in the popular e-commerce platform Gustazos Jamaica. CEO of the RJR Gleaner Communications Group, Mr. Gary Allen, says the group has the largest viewership in the English-speaking Caribbean. With this platform, it is expected that Gustazos will generate more customers and help to build more businesses. But what is Gustazos, and how can it help these businesses?
And Gustazos.com is a website that offers amazing experiences for locals here in Jamaica. So, for instance, if you go to our website, you're going to see amazing hotel promotions, restaurant promotions, the best hotels Jamaica has to offer, the best restaurants Jamaica has to offer, the spas, salons, events, parties. So if you subscribe, which is free to subscribe, you're going to start getting daily email with these promotions that we launch on a daily basis. Every day we launch a new promotion that causes a wow effect. When you get that email and you see the business and the promotion that we're offering you, you will get a wow effect, and that's our commitment with consumers.
Mr. Villares also sought to explain the value of the joint venture with the RJR Gleaner Communications Group.
For starters, it opens the door to work hand in hand with the #1 media company in Jamaica. So our reach to reach consumers, so B2C, it just gives us an advantage that is bar none. It helps our growth. It accelerates our growth exponentially, #1. #2, it credibility-wise with local businesses that we are part of the family of RJR Gleaner, that's very helpful as well. And we can selectively work with the different media channels that RJR Gleaner has to help promote the businesses that are using Gustazos and vice versa.
Mr. Allen shared his views on the joint venture also and how the RGR Group stands to benefit.
Well, from a strategic standpoint, first and foremost, we recognize that in the space of what's largely described all the time as the traditional media, that space has reached its maximum in terms of growth potential, and that growth and expansion will now come in the digital media space. And therefore, this takes us into the digital space, leapfrogging some steps that we would have to make if we did it step by step ourselves, but we're using our traditional platform to enter this space.
Mr. Valeres says through emails and social media alone, in 2016, Gustazos sold 3,300 room nights to hotels in Jamaica by locals, and in 2017, almost 5,000 room nights were sold in Jamaica through Gustazos. However, Mr. Allen says more people who are not in the digital space will now be exposed to Gustazos through traditional media such as radio and television. This will help to build what Gustazos has, which means Gustazos stands to profit more, and at the end of the financial year, the RGR Group must benefit from those profits made. In Thursday's trading session, the JSE Combined Index declined by 696 points to close at 307,662. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 49 stocks, of which 19 advanced, 20 declined, and 10 traded firm. The Junior Market Index advanced by 7 points to close at 2,959. Among the winners were AMG Packaging and Paper, Barita Investments, Berger Paints, C2W Music, and CAC 2000. Stocks declined for 138 Student Living, Caribbean Cement, Caribbean Cream, Caribbean Producers, and Epley Limited. Stocks traded firm for Caribbean Flavors and Fragrances, Siboney Group, Express Catering, Jamaica Stock Exchange, and Jetcon Corporation. NCB Financial Group was the volume leader with over 35 million units, followed by AMG Packaging and Paper with over 2 million units, and Wisingo Group Limited ordinary shares with over 1 million units. On the foreign exchange market, currency trading will begin Thursday with the US dollar selling for $125.42. The Canadian dollar will go for $97.43. The pound sterling is trading at $170, while the euro is going for $151.76. News in oil. Oil prices rose on Thursday, boosted by OPEC production cuts and the potential for new U.S. sanctions against Iran, but gains were limited by growing U.S. crude inventories. Brent crude futures rose 26 cents to settle at $73.62 a barrel. U.S. West Texas Intermediate WTI crude futures rose 50 cents to settle at $68.43 a barrel. And that's it for Frontline Business. I'm Cody Ann Barrett. Regional stories are next after the break.